So today I'll be loading a glaze fire in the kiln. I have a Cress electric. As you can see, it's pretty deep. And I use these stilts. So every time I glaze a piece, instead of leaving the bottom bare so you can put it on the shelf, I put them on these stilts so you can get from your whatever your ceramic supply company is. I use aardvark or Laguna clay, and they're just a 3-prong stilt, so you can set your pieces on there, and that way you can glaze the whole bottom. It does leave like a little sharp item, so I usually grind them off so it's nice and smooth underneath. And then everything is in there fully covered, clear glazed, and you can see nothing is touching. You can't have anything touching in a glaze fire. In a bisque, you can stack everything. In a glaze fire, everything has to be separate, and you want airflow around each piece because it's not as important as in an electric kiln that you have the right around amount of space around everything. It won't affect the color so much on a low fire electric kiln, but if you had like a high fire gas kiln, the space between everything does matter. But in this, I just kind of load up wherever anything fits. Right here I'm using a bead tree, so I like to, on my wind chimes, I make these little beads and I glaze them, and then I load them up here in the kiln. Just, they can't be touching anything. They're on a high fire wire, like a thick enough wire that it doesn't bend when you're firing. So these will come out all colored, and they don't stick to that wire. And then that's like a multi-stilt piece so that I can put all the extras on there. And then this is the last couple items. They're all stilted. I set this on I do my bisque fire at a cone 05. That gets everything out of the clay and ready for glaze. And then I do my glaze fire at a 06. And that's the last shelf. If you can see right there, I accidentally melted something to the shelf before. So I need to just grind that off. But I haven't yet. So I just kind of avoid that area. And that's what happens if you don't use a stilt. It melts to the shelf. But now everything's stilted and put in, ready to fire. Now this is the end of the fire. Everything's ready. Next day I was able to open it. Looks beautiful.